What's random, guys? It's me, Random Randy, and today I'm going to discuss some of my hopes and dreams for Nintendo 3DS during Nintendo's E3 Spotlight. Kicking off the list, I want to say that it's not in any particular order. These are just things that I want in general. So, without further ado, let's start. So, the first thing I'm going to mention is Wii games. They've already ported 2, to my knowledge, Wii games, probably more. But the ones that come to mind are Xenoblade Chronicles 3D, which is a new 3DS exclusive, and Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D, which is available for old 3DS and 2DS and all that kind of stuff, but it is a Wii port. Now, I feel like since the Wii's been dead for a while and the 3DSs are heading out too, they haven't really announced any ports from the Wii to the Switch, so I feel as though they should give the 3DS some ports from the Wii of some of the big titles. Of course, not Mario Galaxy and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure that wouldn't work, but if it does, more power to them. Go ahead and do it. But I was thinking more along the lines of some simple games, although the 2 games that they ported are far from simple games. I'm pretty sure they can decide which games would fit on the 3DS. They're Nintendo after all. They run the company. But I'd love to see some AAA or even second-party AAA. I would love to see some big Wii games coming over to the Nintendo 3DS. And I don't want any of them. I don't want any new games to be announced for new 3DS only. They're already on their way out, and they shouldn't try to force us to buy a slightly more, well, not slightly, they shouldn't try to force us to buy the new 3DS at the end of its lifespan. That's not right, so let's hope they don't do that. Now, the second thing I want to bring up is I want more Wii U games ported. We already got Yoshi's Woolly World, and we got Hyrule Warriors Legend. Those are 2 games that come to mind when I'm on the topic of porting Wii U games. I'm pretty sure there's more, but those are just the 2 that come to mind. Now, those 2 games weren't exactly the most graphically intensive games. Now, Hyrule Warriors was a graphically intensive game, and they found a way to shrink it down, downscale it to fit on the 3DS. So I'm feeling like Yoshi's Woolly World as well. That one wasn't so intense, and they ported it beautifully. Hyrule Warriors Legends had a few frame rate issues and things like that, but at the end of the day, it's still fun to play. I feel like they did a good job on that. Now, there are some better Wii U games that I feel like deserve a port. And I'm not saying that just because Hyrule Warriors was ported, then they can just port any Wii U game. Like, you can just port Watch Dogs to 3DS. No, I understand that's not how it's going to work. But I feel like those, mostly the Nintendo first-party AAA games are the ones that can be ported. Like, I feel like they can make Mario 3D World portable, or mini, or Go. Like, they could port the games they made to 3DS. Like, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, 3D, Kirby in the Canvas Curse. No, I forgot what the new Kirby's called. Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. They can go ahead and throw that on the 3DS as well. There are a lot of Wii U games that could be scaled down to be played on the go on the Nintendo 3DS. Almost said Nintendo. So another thing I would want, this is a long shot, pretty sure it's not going to happen. I want them to announce New Super Mario Bros. 3 or Super Mario 3D World 2. Now, since it's on its way out, I'm pretty sure the 3DS is going to be dead before 2020. If it's not, more power to it. Cool beans. I love games, so I'll just keep getting them. But if it is on its way out, I would like to have another main series Mario game before it goes. I prefer another 3D Mario for the 3DS, but if I will settle for New Super Mario Bros. 3 or another 2D Mario. Like, as long as they give me a new Mario for 3DS, I'm good, I'm fine, it's fine by me. Another thing as well is I want a Splatoon for 3DS. It doesn't even necessarily have to be Splatoon 1 or Splatoon 2. Like, I'll tell you, like, a platformer with the Inklings or a scaled down version of Splatoon that's neither Splatoon 1 or 2. It's one made exclusively for 3DS. Not new 3DS exclusive, because they can use gyro for aiming, and I feel like that will work fine with the combination of gyro and touch controls for aiming. When you can, like, tune it as you see fit, you could have a combination of the both, or you can just use one or the other. I feel like a Splatoon game could fit on 3DS, but it just really depends on how it looks in the end. I know the control scheme will be adaptable, but I don't I don't know how it would look. I feel like it would look very unappealing. But if they can get it to look good and have the control situation figured out, I'd buy a Splatoon, $60 for 3DS. And then they can release special edition Nintendo 3DSs, new Nintendo 3DSs, then people would actually buy them. Yeah. Now, some more hopes and dreams that are like far out there. I want a new Wario game. It can be a WarioWare for 3DS, a Wario World for 3DS, or a Wario Land for 3DS. Doesn't matter to me, because the last Wario Land game we got was Shake It. We only got one Wario World game, if I'm correct. I'm pretty sure it was for the GameCube. And then the last WarioWare game we got was for Wii as well. They had some kind of Wario crap for Wii U, but it wasn't a real WarioWare game. So, yeah, I mean, go ahead and bring them to the 3DS. No, I know that they've already announced some Kirby stuff for 3DS, so, I mean, I don't have to wish for that. I know it's coming. And that about really sums it up. I just hope that they show off a lot of games. And, like, don't get me wrong, I love indie games. I love games with pixelated graphics. I have a lot of them already just because of their aesthetic. But I hope they announce a lot of big, heavy hitters and not just small indie games. Like, small indie games are fine, but when you're trying to get hyped, like, I feel like 3DS won't get as much of a spotlight as I want it to. But I understand that the Switch is in, and eventually the Switch is going to overshadow the 3DS, especially if they make a Switch Mini, like people were talking about. Yeah, it's kind of over with for the 3DS. But tell me what you think down below. At the time of this video being recorded, the Nintendo Spotlight in the US has not been revealed, uploaded, streamed, whatever it's going to be. I'm not really, I don't know. But yeah, it hasn't happened yet, basically. So if anything is wrong or right, like, don't look at me like I'm stupid. This is happening before. I can't tell the future. But as always, stay random into all the random goers. Have yourself a nice day. Once again, tell me what you think below in the comments. See you in the next video. Peace.